17 Again, a retrospective. 17 Again is a made-for-TV film that premiered on November 12, 2000. It originally aired on Showtime and starred identical twin sisters Tia and Tamera Mowry, along with their younger brother Tahj Mowry. It was directed by Jeffery W. Byrd and written by Stewart St. The film became a cult classic amongst younger millennials born in the 90s. Although it originally aired on Showtime in 2000, the film gained greater popularity between 2002 and 2004, when it was released on DVD and aired on Disney Channel. Throughout the 1990s, the Mowry family built a wholesome, top-quality brand centered around morality, education, modesty, and Christian values. All three siblings began their acting careers in 1990. Tahj was only 4 years old, while sisters Tia and Tamera were turning 12. Tia and Tamera starred in various guest roles in the early 90s. However, it was Tahj's breakthrough that substantially put their family on the map. Tahj gained greater popularity when he starred as Teddy on the popular ABC sitcom Full House between 1991 and 1995. While Tia and Tamera were visiting the set of Full House, they got approached by an industry executive who thought they had great personalities for television. The conversation eventually led to them landing their own sitcom titled Sister Sister, which ran for 6 seasons between 1994 and 1999. The first 2 seasons aired on ABC, while the remainder of the series aired on the WB. At the height of the show's success, Sister Sister averaged 11.2 million viewers per episode. The show was created by Kim Bass, who based aspects of the storyline on his real-life twin sisters. Sister Sister's plot focused on twin sisters who were separated at birth and thereafter adopted by 2 completely different families. By coincidence, the twins go to the same mall on the same day and realize they have the same face.
Dad? Mom? That girl has my face!
Tamera Campbell, played by Tamera Mowry, was from an upscale family in the suburbs, while Tia Landry, played by Tia Mowry, was from the inner city of Detroit, Michigan. Tamera's dad, Ray Campbell, played by Tim Reed, owned his own limousine service. On the other hand, Tia's mother, Lisa Landry, played by Jack A. Harry, was an aspiring fashion designer. In the show, Tamera's adoptive mother passed away when Tamera was a young child, making Ray a single father. Lisa is also a single parent. After the twins' accidental meeting, they beg both of their parents to let Tia and her mother move into the Campbells' home. It's an oddly blended family dynamic. However, by the end of the series, they all 4 grow to love each other and become a solid family unit. During its run, the show went on to win an Emmy and 4 NAACP Image Awards. Sister Sister is often highly regarded by all audiences along with other black sitcoms of the past, such as The Cosby Show, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and Family Matters, due to the show's crossover appeal, longevity, and family-friendly themes. In 1997, while Sister Sister was in its 4th season, the WB picked up a show starring their younger brother called Smart Guy. This show was about TJ Henderson, played by Tahj Mowry. TJ was a 10-year-old child prodigy with a genius IQ. He was promoted 6 grades, causing him to have to attend high school with his 2 teenage siblings and their friends. Like Sister Sister, TJ's father, Floyd, played by John Henton, is also a widow in the series. He's a single father who owns his own roofing company and cares for his 3 children. The oldest child, Yvette, played by Essence Atkins, has to take on the role of the mother figure sometimes. She's well-grounded and wise. The middle child, Marcus, played by Jason Weaver, is a high school athlete who tends to care less about academics than his siblings. He's not in favor of his little brother now attending his high school. Morris, or Mo, was like the 4th Henderson child. He's always over their home, sometimes to Floyd's dismay. He is Marcus's somewhat foolish but good-hearted best friend. The show ran for 3 seasons until 1999. After the Mowrys wrapped both of their shows in 1999, several months later they began filming the movie 17 Again in Ontario, Canada. Some of the same elements from their sitcoms were incorporated into the film. Synopsis. 17 Again is about Sydney Donovan, a 17-year-old high school student who moves with her family from the fast-paced city of Los Angeles to the unexciting suburbs. After her mother's death, she must learn to accept her new stepmother and a new school. Her 12-year-old brother Willie is an aspiring lab scientist who frequently has mishaps when executing experiments. When their father and stepmother must go out of town, their divorced, bitter grandparents have to watch them for 10 days. When one of Willie's lab experiments goes wrong, he accidentally turns his grandparents into teenagers again. They all must work together to turn their grandparents back to the 67-year-olds they were before their parents returned. Character biographies. A lot of the story is centered around 17-year-old high school junior Sydney Donovan, played by Tahj Mowry. Sydney's 12-year-old younger brother, Willie Donovan, is played by Tahj Mowry. The part of 67-year-old wisecracking Grandpa Gene is played by Robert Hooks, while 17-year-old Grandpa Gene is played by Mark Taylor. Robert Hooks is an Emmy Award-winning producer, actor, and activist. He started his acting career in 1960, and by the mid-60s he started launching black theater companies that played a pivotal role in black actors' careers. These companies include Group Theater Workshop, DC Black Repertory Contemporary, and Negro Ensemble Company. He has been involved in every aspect of the acting world, including film, television, and stage. His most notable roles include Reeve Scott in Hurry Sundown, Mr. T in Trouble Man, Fleet Admiral Morrow in Star Trek III: The Search of Spock. Mark Taylor started his acting career at 19 in the year 1996. Before landing the role of 17-year-old Grandpa Gene in 17 Again, he was known for playing Romeo in Student Bodies. After 17 Again, he continued to act, landing main roles in Instant Star and Flashpoint. As of 2021, he landed an acting role in almost every calendar year since 2000. 67-year-old Grandma Cat Donovan is played by Hope Clark, while 17-year-old Cat is played by Tamera Mowry. Hope Clark is an actress, dancer, choreographer, vocalist, and director. She started her professional career in 1960, dancing with the Catherine Dunham Company and the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater. She appeared in several theater productions including Pearly, Don't Bother Me, I Can't Hope, and Grind. She appeared in guest roles on popular TV series throughout the years such as Law & Order, Three's Company, The Jeffersons, and As the World Turns. Her most acclaimed work came in 1995 when she directed and choreographed the revival of Porgy and Bess, which earned her an Emmy Award. Sid and Willie's father, Barry Donovan, is played by Philip Jarrett. Philip Jarrett is a Caribbean-born actor who migrated with his family to Canada at the age of 9. He started acting in the 1980s after graduating from the University of Waterloo. Prior to 17 Again, his most consistent role was on Rin Tin Tin, K-9 Cop as Sergeant O.C. Phillips from 1988 to 1993. He had an extensive acting career throughout the last 4 decades. Barry's wife and the children's stepmother, Monique, is played by Tanya Lee Williams. She is best known for starring in the long-running American soap opera, The Young and the Restless. Williams played the part of Olivia Barber Winters. In addition to acting, she has produced, written, directed, and created the Real World Film Festival in 2001. Novi Edwards portrayed the part of Sydney's best friend, Julie. Edwards' first credited acting role is in 1999. She went on to become very successful in voice acting, playing Jackie in Cyber Chase from 2002 to 2020. Sydney's crush and eventual love interest, Todd, is played by Merwin Mondesir. He was best known for playing Dennis on the Canadian television series Straight Up from 1996 to 1998. His most recent acting role was in 2019 as Jules in the sci-fi film Code 8. Ashley, Sydney's main antagonist, and Todd's older sister, is played by actress Maya Campbell. Prior to this film, Maya Campbell was most famous for starring as Tiffany Warren on the sitcom In the House alongside LL Cool J and briefly Debbie Allen. The series ran for 5 seasons from 1995 to 1999. Darren Jones and Casey Collins portrayed Leo and Terrence respectively. They are 2 stereotypical early 2000s teens, constantly catcalling, playing video games, and watching music videos. And then there's Willie's dog, Gypsy, who acts as his sidekick throughout the film. The main storylines include the A story, which is about the grandparents turning 17 years old again, and Sydney and Willie must figure out how to turn them back elderly before their parents return home from out of town. The first subplot, or the B story, is Grandpa Gene and Grandma Kat's relationship. The C story, which is about Sydney's new life, is her transition to a new town, her going to a new school and dealing with boys, bullies, and mean girls, her deceased mother, and her relationship with her stepmother, Monique. The D story is about Willie wanting to be a scientist, but his experiments are not supported by his immediate family, who often doubt him. He must prove that he can reverse his grandparents' aging before they return home. I'll be covering several topics in this retrospective, including the film's narrative, fashion, technology, and cinematography.